In today's video, we're going to continue building the ultimate Star Wars PC. In my previous video, we finished this custom mounting system for the alpha-cooled distro plates. Now the next logical step is to do the custom wiring. Now I don't just want to make custom PSU cables. I want to make every single wire in this case from scratch. That includes the fans, LEDs and sensors. Every wire to the perfect length and custom sleeved. That means that these cable straps will definitely not be sufficient. So after way too many hours spent on designing, I finally came up with a cable management design that might just cure my OCD. And this is how it looks.
The entire thing is designed to be made out of clear acrylic, with every single wire in this PC routed through it. And it has a mounting space for my Octo controller as well as one SSD.
Now the only question left, will I be able to make it?
The base of the tray will be quite easy to make. It will be cut out of a 5mm acrylic sheet and I'll be using my laser cutter to cut it out. Now once the base is cut, the only thing left to do is to clean up some edges and to countersink the holes in order for the screws to sit flush with the back surface. Now compared to the base panel, the cable combs might not be that easy to make. It will be made out of a 10mm acrylic sheet and the most ideal tool to make it would have been a CNC router.
But my CNC router is not set up yet and still in boxes.
So I'm going to have to settle for my laser to make the cutouts. Now the only reason why I didn't opt for my laser in the first place is that the lenses in my laser has a short focal length that isn't quite ideal for 10mm thick acrylic. It will definitely be able to cut it, but it won't leave a perfectly square edge. And with the one side being used as a mounting surface, I need it to be as close to 90 degrees as possible. Now my plan to counter this is to cut the pieces slightly larger and then sand them down to the correct size afterwards. By doing this, I can ensure that all of the pieces are perfectly square, and I kind of like the contrast between the polished and sanded surfaces. With the pieces square, the next step was to drill and tap some mounting holes. I first marked the positions of the holes, then using a 3.2mm drill bit, drill 2 holes into each piece. Then using my drill press as a guide, I cut the M4 threads into each hole. Now for the wires and sleeving that I'm going to use, the holes in the combs needs to be exactly 3.8mm in diameter. Now what I did to ensure that the holes are the correct size and as straight as possible was to laser cut the holes slightly smaller with the idea to drill them to the correct size afterwards. And to finish the pieces off, I used my countersink bit to deburr all of the holes, and then I could finally start to assemble the tray.
The tray is now done and it's ready to be mounted into the case. And before I can actually mount the tray, I first need to remove these cable straps and then cut off these 2 lips.
To make the cutout, I'm going to use my Dremel with a grinding disc attachment. I'm going to clean up the edges with a metal file and then use some metal paint to touch up the exposed edges.
Now with the case prepped, it's finally time to mount the tray. Now there's a lot of little stuff like pop rivets, lips and hooks that will prevent the tray from sitting flush with the case surface. Now to miss all of the interferences, I went ahead and cut these little acrylic spaces that will lift the tray off of the case surface. I'm extremely happy with this. Now before I go and make all of the custom cables, there's still one little thing I want to address, and that is how the cables exit the tray to go to the front of the case.
On the front side there is this cover that's going to sit right here, covering up most of the area for the GPU wires to pass through. Now the wires for the motherboard will be just fine, but I had to make a plan for the GPU wires.
Initially I just wanted to make a cutout on this section here, but then I realized later on I'm going to have a difficult time to get the cables from here to be inserted into the wire view.
So I came up with this little bracket that will guide the wires and act as an anti-sag bracket for the GPU. To mount the bracket to the cover plate, I first needed to drill and tap some holes. I used the bracket as a template and drilled all of the holes into the cover plate. I then tapped the mounting holes and clean up the rest with a deburring bit. I used some paint to touch up the exposed metal, install the cover plate, and then finally attach the bracket.
Now with all of that done, I think it's finally time for an epic cable sleeving montage. I definitely underestimated how long this is actually going to take me, but it's done. And I mean, look at it, it looks great. Well, for me at least. Now, if you want to make this cable tray for yourself, I'll have all of the cut files and CAD models to download for free in the description below. But you've been warned. This is definitely not a quick mod. Now in the next video, we're finishing this build. Well, I really hope we do. So make sure you subscribe so you won't miss anything. Until next time, thank you for watching.